Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, streaming from the D, knowing what to show. Indicators are wrong point, OG since 12, investing in trade, living life like a pro. I'm Rucker, Jerry, and just bloods do. Bad motherfucker in a good way, boo. Got my eyes on the charts, ain't no time to sleep. Get that money, gotta keep it creep. That's why crypto blood, just the toasters on the line. Stacking my coin, got the market on my mind. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum too. Cash is king, but I'm looking for a new move. I know the culture of the markets like the streets. Got my finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. Your girl is a dot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my strap, they calling the law. Fuck around and you clap for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash. Stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.
That's right, ladies and gents. We are doing it live at 2 p.m. today because I wanted to go over this. Fed minutes from last month. We're going to get into that today. So hit the like button, share the stream, and you already know, join the team. What's going on, ladies and gents? Hope everyone's doing well out there. Yeah, I want to do the stream today at 2 p.m. because we have the Federal Reserve minutes come out at 2 o'clock. It should be out. Let's see here. 7 minutes ago. Looks like it's out. Hit the like button. Again, we're going to get started here. Markets were, man, chop suey today. Starting to move up a little bit, but it did dip initially. Well, not initially. Initially it popped. Then we kind of came back down, went sideways. Then we dropped just before 2 p.m. Now it looks like we're starting to head back higher. I don't know, but at any rate, you know, Scalpalytics Pro is going to be in there like swimwear. We're going to make it happen. Prospector in the building. What's going on, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Get over to bloodalytics.com. Link is in the description below. QR code will be on the screen later as well. We got V2. The V2 badge is up there, baby. It's up there. Scalpalytics Pro V2 is live. Out right now. As you can see there, that V2 badge is shimmering. I see you shining, brother, is what they would say. Parameter packs available. We got a Zcash parameter pack dropping later today for all my subscribers. So you get that for free. Shout out to that's for free. Showing you love. You get the Zcash parameter pack. Literally is going to drop in about an hour in the Telegram room. I might send out an email as well. So you'll have that file ready to add to your charts. You'll get like 5 different configurations. So hey, carve out those profits, man. You know, Scalpalytics Pro. Let's go. But as I was stating, Fed minutes dropped today, and that is from last month's meeting, right? The minutes from last month's meeting. I'm going to click this here, and it we should be able to see it directly from Okay, so here you go. Zero. This is out of Zero Hedge. Fed would have supported two-sided language on rate path. What? What are we talking about? Fed says several saw more cuts if inflation declines as expected. Most caution disinflation could be slower than expected. They're not really saying too much there, man. I don't know, Jason Lenz, if you heard what I was saying at the beginning, bro. Dropping the Zcash parameter pack for, and the parameter pack is going to be for Scalpalytics V2. It's going to be on Scalpalytics Pro V2. So the parameter pack will be available in a couple hours max. I got everything ready, just got to distribute it. Doc in the building, and that's for free, of course. What's going on, bro? Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, ladies and gents. So let's see what this one is saying here. Financial Juice is saying here, Fed minutes. Most participants cautioned that progress towards 2% target might be slower and more uneven than generally expected, and judged risk of inflation running persistently above target was meaningful. What are you saying? What are you saying? I know y'all don't understand what they're saying. I think they do that on purpose. Let's see the comments here. Gold, buy silver, hold bronze. F Trump. That's funny. Absolutely horrendous. Any result? So bull or bear? No rate cut. Okay. People asking where the link to watch it is. Bro, this is not a link. That happened last month. What are you doing? Let's go to the Federal Reserve website. And what I'll do is let's see. What I'm going to do is just drop this all in AI, baby. We live in the AI world. Why not? All right. And then we'll look at some trades, see what's going on the trading side. So let me just drop this into AI really quickly and see what they got to say to us. I'm going to use Grok 420. Dropped this morning, last night, late last night, early this morning. Grok 420 is out. I don't know if you guys are up up to speed on Grok 420. It is before the infamous, or the very highly anticipated, I should say, Grok 5 that should be coming out next month. But Grok 420 uses 4 agents to and it's crazy because it shows you chain of reasoning. The 4 agents, whatever you ask them to do, they start doing the task, and then they kind of group together, come into a huddle, might have a huddle meeting, and then they determine who has the best results and all. Man, it's crazy, bro. This shit is getting out of hand. So let's go ahead and do that with the Fed minute. So I'm gonna just do this prompt really quickly. Please review this link and summarize. Let's see what they have to say here. Let me show you this real quick. So I just prompted this. Zoom in. So I said here, please give me, I don't know if you guys can see that. Do I have it? Yeah, I have a screen share. Please review this link and summarize as if I was a freshman student at Harvard. So you got 4 agents working right now, and they're thinking, they're going through it. It was showing chain of reason. There it is. There's a chain of reasoning there. So you got Benjamin, Harper, Lucas. No black names though. Where the black names? Y'all being very We got to get DEI in here. We got to get some diversity, equity, and inclusion on them names there. Lucas, Benjamin, and Harper. We need some black folks up in here. Looks like I only got 2 working right now. Well, we'll let that work. All right, so let's see what they have to say. Oh my God, they gave us a damn... Look, they gave me like a whole scenario. I didn't ask for... Now, it's in beta. It is in beta. Look at this. It gave me a whole script. Hey, everyone. Just got back from the library where I was grinding through these FOMC meetings for my intro macro paper. Now, this is crazy. If you haven't seen them yet, they dropped today, February 18th, from the Fed's January 27, 28 meeting. I'm going to break it down like I'm explaining it to a roommate over late night. Anna Berg fries. No jargon without a quick translation promise. Wow. Wow. Yo, this is crazy work right here. So the FMC, they say here, equal 12 voting. Okay, we know all that. I want to get to the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes. Okay, look at, they're showing the dual mandate they have, maximum employment, bullshit, price stability, which is bullshit. Both of their mandates are nonsense, bro. How can a team really do anything about maximum employment? How can they fix how many people are working if it just doesn't make any sense, man? It makes no sense. But at any rate, the big decision. So they voted 10-2 to hold the rate steady at 3.5 to 3.25%. That's the interest rate, or interest, yeah, the interest rate, right? After cutting it 3 times, 75 basis points, totaling that's a total of 75 basis points. So they did a quarter, 25 basis points at each meeting, basically. Back in 25, most members now think policy is roughly neutral, not too tight, not too loose. 2 members, they call them, some people say Moran, but I'm hearing people say Myron. So Myron and Waller dissented and wanted another quarter point out right now because there's more worried. They're more worried about job markets being weaker and faster, or being weaker than faster or higher inflation, or actually inflation falling. Translation: we want to pause to see what the data actually does instead of guessing. But you're going to be guessing anyway. Like, if you wait on the data is wrong. We just saw how horribly off they were with the unemployment numbers from a year ago. Grossly off by like 800,000 people. And the reason they're always off is because they use this model they call, I don't know if it's seasonal adjustments or the birth death rate, the birth death model, which is basically how many new businesses have been created and how many have been dissolved. And it's basically just they just pull numbers out their ass. They literally have nothing to go off of but their own. We're just gonna make up using, I don't know how many PhDs, scientists or statistical PhD persons they have over there. But all this education, and they never get it right. All that education, and they never get it right. It's the craziest thing ever. AI Griff, how do we honestly know AI is correct? I've seen it be wrong before. So they have benchmarks, AI Griff. They have benchmarks that they use to test these models out. against. And what we're seeing is that like the latest wave of upgrades actually started in November. What you're talking about is they call it hallucination. So the hallucination rates have dropped drastically since November. And then this new wave of updates is even better. So it's getting good, man. It's getting so good that I'm really getting concerned. Starting to get really concerned with this stuff, man. So let's continue looking at this here. What we're doing right now is reviewing the Fed minutes. We pretty much synthesized it, reduced it down to something that we can all understand, because they talk to us in double speak. So I ran it through Grok 420. It just came out last night, and we're just kind of walking through it. So the heading here, what the economy actually looks like right now. So these are the lies they're going to present to us in this paragraph or this section. Job/labor market. Unemployment is steady at 4.4%. Job gains slowed late last year, partly because a big government program ended and a 43-day shutdown messed with the numbers. Hiring is cautious. Companies are like, AI, look at that, might replace some roles, and who knows what tariffs or new policies do. Wages are up. That's bullshit. 3.8% year over year, they say. The Fed thinks the labor market is stabilizing, not crashing. But if hiring stays this low, unemployment could jump fast. On the inflation front, they say still at roughly 2.8%. Remember, I talked about this the other day, and always reiterate that PCE number. That's what they watch, allegedly. The Fed's favorite measure, right? Housing, rent, inflation is finally cooling. Huge relief. Now, I will say, I have heard that the rents are coming down, especially in Austin. I'm talking about coming down like 20-30%. And they're not increasing rates for renewals, right? So every year, if you're renting or leasing, like in an apartment complex or a condo or something like that, they usually kind of bump it up a little bit every year for you. I'm getting reports out of Austin that they're not doing it. They're not bumping those up like that. They're getting renewed at the same price, and then new people coming in are getting very good deals. So that could be true. Good question, Wisdom Bars. That's look at that question. That's hilarious. All them teeth and no toothbrush. There you go. Yo, that's crazy. So continuing on with the inflation situation. Actually, before we do that, I just gotta check. We gotta check these markets, man. We gotta see what the hell Scalpalytics Pro is doing. Are we carving? Are we carving out more gains, ladies and gentlemen? Are we getting more? Did an update, pushed an update last night for Scalpalytics Pro. I put it in the Telegram room on the details on that, but essentially I found a slight bug, and you know it's normal as our, you know, when you roll out a new version of anything, you gotta tweak it a little bit as it gets out in the wild. And I noticed yesterday, during yesterday's session, I'm like, we should have taken profits. I'll go back and show you exactly what I was talking about. Was it on yesterday or the day before yesterday? Let's go back one more. Maybe it was on Bitcoin. It could have possibly been, I'm gonna do a refresh, but it could have possibly been on Bitcoin. I noticed like we should have been taking some profits here, and we didn't. Where is it? I don't know. I can't find it right now. I'm not able to find it at the moment, guys. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I had to do a refresh. That was that was before the update. You know, I had to refresh it. So this is what I was talking about. Yesterday, you know, we flopped and groped, but it wasn't taking these, it wasn't doing these 50% take profits down here. And so, you know, with that being the case, I'm like, something is wrong, because it should be, you know, when we took the short here, you're talking about from the short entry down to the lows where we had that west side connection. That was a $1.30, 1.38% move down in the money. I'm like, and we didn't take any profits. I'm like, what is going on? So I went back, looked at the code, and figured out the issue. So I fixed it. So going forward, again, this is what it should be. It didn't happen. We didn't take profits down here yesterday. We didn't take profits up here yesterday. And we didn't take profits down here yesterday. So those 3 trades here would have greatly increased your profitability in yesterday's trading session. I think we ended up taking profits here and here and here, but yeah, it was messed up, man. So I fixed that. I pushed that out yesterday. So we all Gucci on that. Now today, we had some flopping and groping again, but this time you would have taken advantage of those dips and those rips, right? So today, starting, you know, the trades start to at least monitor for entries and exits at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so took a trade here at 8:41. We've taken 50% of your profits down here. And then we flopped. Well, actually, we tried to take a second short here. And we end up going long here, taking profits up here. And then we turned around and went short. Took profits down here. And this short, I tell you guys, stick with the trades, because eventually it's going to give you the direction you want and need for the day. Sometimes it takes a couple. Most of the time it doesn't. We're going to monitor this new V2 on the flop and grope gauge. But normally, if we have a good directional movement in the markets, we should be able to get good trades out the gate on every session. But again, don't bet the house on the first trade. Just same amount every trade, and then you'll eventually make up for the losses on one of the trades like we're doing here. So we went short here at 8:53 this morning. I'm sorry, 10:53 this morning. Some profits here, some more profits here, and then some more profits here. This is on Ethereum, so we're scaling out of this Ethereum short right now. We did break this V, these V's here, which is a good sign for the bears, right? And we are bearish. We broke this V. Really not concerned about that one, but really this one was the one I was looking at us breaking, and we did clip it. We did clip it. Now this is on the 1 minute, so take it with a grain of salt, but these can turn into some nice moves down where we get a nice short with a lot of profit. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is a nothing burger. Nothing today. Nothing today. We did get a cross, but our momentum was still kind of bullish, so the cross we got wasn't initiating a short. So today we only have one trade on deck, and that is the Ethereum pair for Scalpalytics Pro V2. All right. Now let's get back to this grok. So grok, we're distilling what the Fed minutes actually meant or mean. They came out around 2 o'clock today. Markets are selling off a little bit. We'll take a look at the stock market in a minute. But we are getting slight move down right now in crypto. And then if we take a look at, let's go ahead and take a look at, we're starting to move further down right now. Moving down now, ladies and gentlemen, moving down now. But I want to take a look at the Bitcoin chart really quickly and show you how we really aren't going anywhere. Now we are. We're starting to accelerate. So markets might be, the algos might be looking at this as bearish. Just might be looking at this as a bearish sentiment for the meeting minutes. Or not. Stock market up today. Actually kind of big. Which again just makes me think, man, we in for a rough one in the crypto markets. Because the decoupling is so major, you got to think there's something else going on. There's something in the background. Something is going on in the crypto markets that is causing this slow, meticulous drip, this bleed out, right? And this is in the face of MicroStrategy bought another 200 million, almost 200 million last week, over the weekend. They bought another 200 million. So where would we be with absent MicroStrategy? Let's do a wellness check on MicroStrategy. So this is the concern I'm having. This is the concern I'm having. MicroStrategy down 2.5% so far today, but off the lows, man. They ripped real big last week. So they're off the lows big time. But I'm just like, something is going on. I can't tell you what it is, but behind the scenes, something is going on. Some entity, maybe it's just the ETF outflows, but I feel like it's more than that. Some big player is selling en masse. They're selling. I can see it in the charts. I'm looking at the price action. I see it. You know, so we just got to look, you know, be cautious on that. Next target is this V at $65,000 Bitcoin. I think we're probably going to take that out and go for the wick. I'm going to be honest with you. Probably going to go for the wick. But the problem with going for that wick, if the wick sticks, if this wick sticks, the problem with that is if we get back down here, this violates this region. So pretty much going below these two lines, which is kind of an area of support, a zone of support, we go below that to touch that wick. The hard part is over. We might as well go ahead and on downtown James Brown. We might as well come on down, come on down here and bounce off the top of this trend line, which will put us at $53,000 Bitcoin, and Elmo would gladly welcome us with open hands, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he's waiting on us. Oh, buddy's waiting on us. Look at him peeking behind Crypto Blood's chair. Ah, come on down, motherfucker. Yo, Elmo is waiting on you, boy. I'm gonna put him right there. Jeez Louise, man. Let's get back to this Fed meeting minutes. The breakdown here. The rundown. So inflation, talked about that. The next thing I just want to highlight as a bonus, AI and automation are making companies more productive, so they might not pass all cost increases to you at Target. Hell no, they're not. You already know they're not going to pass anything or barely anything to us, because they know that things are actually slowing down. So they're going to take every additional margin that they get from eliminating jobs via AI and automation. They're going to put those in their coffers, and they're going to use that money to either buy back their own stocks like idiots, or just sit on cash and try to wait this out, because things are slowing down. Contrary to what the Fed is lying to you about, don't believe that. I know I don't have to explain that to you, but I have to explain that to all the smart people on Wall Street that live in a bubble, right? Real GDP grew. Let's talk about growth now. So they're summarizing the growth aspect of the minutes. Real GDP grew solid in 2025, but slowed in Q4. Again, shutdown effect, they say. Consumers are still spending, richer households especially. Businesses are pouring money into tech, AI, and the staff now projects stronger growth through 2028 thanks to AI productivity, magic, easier financial conditions, and possible fiscal deregulation boosts. Unemployment might even dip below the natural rate later. I doubt it. I doubt it, bro. Again, we're just summarizing what the Fed minutes would, in the style of a freshman at Harvard, right? If I'm explaining this to a freshman at Harvard. If I wasn't short in Bitcoin, Elmo wouldn't be as funny. Right, right. Exactly. I'm with you, bro. And if I wasn't in cash and stable, it wouldn't be as funny to me either. I'm enjoying myself, quite frankly. Because I got all that $78,000 Bitcoin, went 75% cash in all my crypto portfolio. So I'm 75% cash right now. Now, I look like Boo Boo the Fool, because I got out at 78, not on this way down, but on the way up to 120. But nah, now I'm getting the last laugh. Because I told you in a tweet, I said, you guys can have $120,000 Bitcoin if we're only going to roll over and go lower. Because I know y'all not going to sell at 120, because when we got to 120, guess what? They thought, the plebes, the crypto bros, said we were going to $150,000 to $250,000 Bitcoin. The Da Vinci, Jeremy Da Vinci, whatever, J1513, he, I'm sure he was telling you guys, buy. We're going higher. Walmart stock is popping off. That's who I work for 20 years here. Any questions, I can answer them. I'm sure Walmart is going to benefit greatly, because guess what? People, middle class people, are going to start shopping at Walmart. They're going to come down a notch. They're going to stop going to Target and wherever you go now. And you start, you're going to start, you're going to start seeing them at the Walmarts, getting all the processed foods. I understand. He said even the crazy questions. So it goes on to say what they're worried about. The risk talk. So inflation could stay stubbornly above 2% longer if tariffs bite hard or demand stays hot. We all know that's a lie. Inflation is way higher than 2%. Shadow Stats has debunked that we're at 2.4. No, we're like at least 5% higher than that, even more. Jobs could deteriorate, it says here, fast in this low hiring world. Massive uncertainty from geopolitical, new policy, data delays, and how fast AI changes everything. Got to go over here really quickly and check on our trade. Scalpalytics Pro. Get it today before the prices go up yet again. Let's bring up Scalpalytics Pro really quickly. See how that ETH trade is looking. That ETH short from 11 o'clock today. Looking scrumptious. We've been scaling out of this trade. Slowly but surely. 50% profit right there. 25. Another 25. Sold! Alright, so they go on to say here, overall, they say risks are coming into better balance, but they're watching like hawks. No present path or preset path. Markets and what it means for us normies. Markets barely moved. They were already pricing in the hold and still expected a 1 to 2 cut schedule sometime in this year, 2026. I can see that. They're going to have to keep the Ponzi going. Got to cut rates. Got to keep that money cheap and got to keep that money flowing. For you, though, the borrowing costs, right? Mortgages, credit cards, etc., stay about where they are, because guess what? The system is not about accommodating you. The lie that this told us at the beginning, the Fed's double mandate, maximum employment, price stability, it's all a ruse. None of it is about that. It is about keeping the 1, maybe even the 0.5 or 0.1% of society comfortable and extracting more wealth from the rest of the people. That's what it's about. There's no other mission. Because if there were, then guess what? We would see we wouldn't see the Federal Reserve created in, on Jekyll Island, and they had to change the name to be federal, so it seemed like it would, they could trick the Congress and Senate and stuff. It was all a nefarious plan from the beginning. So it says savers get decent returns on high yield stuff. Stocks are happy with the stability. Everyday prices for imported stuff might feel the tariff pinch in the short term. Bottom line, the Fed thinks the soft quote-unquote landing is still on track. Solid growth without a big recession or 1970 style inflation. The official statement is pretty chill. Activity expanding solidly. Job gains low. Inflation somewhat elevated. Attentive to risk on both sides. They say here, classic Fed speak. Yeah, classic double Fed talk. So there you have it, guys. Next meeting is going to be on the 17th, and then I'll do a live stream. We'll get Jerome up there flopping and groping like he does on the 18th of next month. We'll see what happens. Y'all let me know in the comments, though. What do you think the Fed are going to do next month? I think they're not going to do anything. I think they're going to pause again. They're not going to do anything until Jerome is out of the Fed chair seat. But the ironic part about it, I don't know if you guys know this little tidbit. Jerome Powell actually isn't up to leave, I think, until 2026. So he doesn't have to leave the Federal Reserve. He just steps out of the Fed chair seat. Warsh comes in, but he can still stay on the board. and have influence. AI asks here, do you have minerals? Do you think minerals, I think is what he's saying, will stay up, or was it a pump and dump on gold and silver? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very disappointed in that situation. I think they're gonna go higher. I think, and we could take a look at the premium right now. I think they're gonna go higher. I think Shanghai slapped them down. Fed slapped it down. Tried to rein, had to rein it in. It was getting out of control. Okay, we're in backwardation right now, meaning the spot price is higher than the futures price. That should not be the case. Means there's huge demand for spot. Right? You keep seeing backwardation like that. It's huge demand for spot. Shanghai spot is at 86.78 right now. US spot physical is at 76.85. That premium is still pretty elevated. It's at 13%. We saw it as high as 40%. We knew that couldn't stay that way. But no, I think ultimately though, AI Griff, you are going to see metals start to head higher. Indeed, metals will start heading higher. So we shall see, mon frere. We shall see. That's pretty much all I wanted to go over today. I wanted to go over that Fed meeting minutes. We're down 22% on the year for Bitcoin, as you can see right there. Prospector says here, I heard a rumor that Trump chose Warsh so that it motivates Powell to leave completely, because Warsh is more hawkish than any of the other candidates. It's a possibility. It's got to be some strategic move as to why he picked Warsh, because that's not who he's not going for a hawkish Fed chair, right? All the shit that he did pressuring Jerome, and even in his first term, he did it coming into his second term. Why would you go pick someone worse than him? So it's got to be some underplay for the overlay or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I'm with you. It's something they're trying to do there, but will it work? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, man. Not too sure. Again, V2 is out and about. Scalpalytics Pro V2 is live. Go sign up before the price goes up. Bloodalytics.com. Get you a subscription today and start carving up these markets. This I wanted to really touch on really quickly. Breaking news came out right as I was going live. This is crazy work right here. Absolute, man. Tom Lee is shitting in his pants right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Billionaire Peter Thiel fully exits Ethereum treasury firm. ETHZilla sells entire stake. Jeez. Yeah. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. A perfect meme. I'm sure you guys have seen that meme before, but perfect meme. Absolutely perfect meme. That's it though, ladies and gents. Thanks for tuning in today. Make sure you hit the like button, shares these streams, and joins the teams. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Woo-ah!
That's pain, nigga. What you smoke on? Hold on, be brown bread and I can kill my blood mouth.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks.